What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Generations City Commander Optimus Prime. This is a figure you can actually not get in the States, but I was able to pick it up through BigBadToyStore.com as it was imported to their store. This figure is pretty much just a supersized Legends class figure, or I would say a retool of a supersized Legends class figure. He is a 6-step change figure, and he looks pretty good, or at least on the box, so let's open him up and take a look. Out of the box, Prime is pretty darn good looking and big. To give you guys an idea on the scale, here is Armada Starscream from Transformers Generations. Now, he is roughly the same size as Bumblebee. Bumblebee's actually a little bit bigger than him, which is odd, but whatever. The figure, though, looks really nice, I have to say. Out of the box, he looks pretty cool. And the only thing I can find any issue with is the fact that his shoulders don't really peg into place because of the transformation, and there are no swivels on the arms other than the shoulders moving. Other than that, I can't find any fault with him from the front. From the back, though, well, he's kind of a mess from the back. But you're not going to be looking at the back all that much. You're going to be looking at him from the front. I also really dig his head sculpt. It works really well for a Prime. And the swept back look on the sides of his head work really well also. It kind of reminds me of like Optimus Prime crossed with a Gundam. It just works. He also has a lot of light piping here on the back of the head, so you can get some really nice looks with some directed light, which I will do for you right now. So as you can see, light piping works. I just turned off a light here, so definitely works. The figure has some pretty good posability as well. We'll start off with the legs. Unfortunately, no knees. There is some bend in the feet per the transformation. Ratchets in the hips. However, the ratchets aren't that strong. They do have a tendency to move around quite a bit. Shoulders are ratcheting again, and then ratchets for in and out movement. There is some torso articulation at the pecs, and his head is on very limited ball joint, but it can move around. Overall, though, for the size and the cost of the figure, quite a bit of posability, surprisingly. This figure's transformation is virtually identical to RID Prime and a couple of other Prime figures that have come in the Legends class. To start off with, we'll take the head and fold it up, and fold up the fists into the forearms, and the head folds up into the body, and then out. And be careful about pinching yourself, because you can do that very easily. Then I like to take the arms and put them straight out, turn the entire upper torso 180 degrees, and then bring the arms together, and they will peg together very easily. Then take the legs, make sure they're pegged together, and then fold them up to form the bottom of the truck mode, and we're done. Of the two modes, I have to say the truck mode is by far the weakest, and that simply has to do with the fact that there's so much empty space there behind the cab. If there was something that flipped out to cover this area here, it would be fantastic. It would be just flat out awesome. But as it stands, I don't like the emptiness here, but it's not that big a deal in all honesty. For the cost of the figure, you're actually getting something that's really freaking awesome. I mean, this figure isn't that expensive. You're getting this giant figure that's perfect for small kids, and in all honesty, it's a hell of a lot of fun. I really, really like this toy. I picked up Optimus at BigBadToyStore.com, and so can you. I think it's a really, really good figure, especially if you have a young Transformers fan in your house. Yeah, I think it would behoove you to pick this guy up for them. I do have some minor issues with the figure, but in all honesty, it's not really important. I see what the companies are trying to do with this figure, and really, I wish that these figures would come to the US, because they're a lot of fun, and they could be very, very cheap for families that are, let's face it, the economy's not great. So some families could use some toys that aren't that expensive, and quite honestly, are pretty dang durable, because this guy feels super solid, where Bumblebee didn't. So gang, I hope you have enjoyed this video review of Transformers Generations Cyber Commander Optimus Prime. I think he is a top quality figure and should definitely be considered for your collection. As always, I have been Baltmatrix. I ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, and please be sure to check out my next video review.